All right, let's get right into it. If you run an event venue, you almost certainly think you have a system to manage everything. But today, we're going to pull that idea apart and really define what a true operating system for a venue looks like. The kind that actually builds calm instead of feeding the chaos.
Does this look familiar? I bet it does. On the left, you've got this idea of a system. But on the right, well, that's reality for most venues, isn't it? You've got your booking calendar over here, an email inbox that's constantly screaming for attention, that one master spreadsheet you pray nobody breaks, about a dozen different WhatsApp threads, and a folder somewhere filled with PDFs. You call it a system, but is it really?
Let's just be blunt about it. That's not a system. It's a collection of isolated utilities. Yeah, each piece does a little job on its own, but they don't talk to each other. They don't work together, and they sure as heck don't help you run your business smoothly.
So, if that patchwork of different apps and files isn't a real system, then what is? We need to completely shift our thinking here, from just using a bunch of tools to actually building a true operational architecture for your venue. This is what we're talking about, a venue operating system, or a VOS. And what is it? It's a centralized digital infrastructure that manages the entire lifecycle of an event. See, this isn't just another piece of software you buy. It's the very blueprint for how your venue runs.
And when we say full life cycle, we mean the whole shebang. Seriously, from the second a potential client even thinks about contacting you, to turning that inquiry into a real booking, to all the nitty-gritty planning, coordinating with your staff to pull it off, all the way to the follow-up after the event is over. A real VOS has to touch every single one of these steps. And here's maybe the most important difference. A simple booking tool, what most people have, it just asks a tiny little question. Is this date available? That's it. But a venue operating system asks a much, much bigger question. It asks, how does this business actually run? It's looking at the entire engine, not just a single spark plug. So how do you even begin to build something like this? Well, a genuine VOS is built on 5 foundational components. Let's call them the 5 structural pillars. Here they are: a centralized data core, a workflow automation layer, client journey mapping, internal operations alignment, and finally, revenue intelligence and reporting. So let's quickly break down what each of those actually means. First up, the centralized data core. This is the bedrock. It means every piece of information, client details, event plans, payments, you name it, it all lives in one single place. That means no more entering the same name in 3 different places, and absolutely no more saying, hang on, let me check the other spreadsheet. You have one source of truth, period. Okay, building on that foundation is pillar number 2, the workflow automation layer. A true VOS doesn't rely on someone's memory to send a follow-up email. It automates the repetitive stuff, the inquiry responses, the payment reminders, sending out contracts. This frees up your amazing team to focus on building relationships with clients, not on boring admin tasks. Pillar 3 is all about your client. A proper system is designed around their experience, not just your tasks. It digitally mirrors their entire journey with you, from the moment they find out you exist to long after the party's over. This is how you make sure every client feels totally guided and taken care of, not just lost in a sea of confusing emails. Now for your team, the 4th pillar is internal operations alignment. This is what brings everyone together. Checklists, floor plans, who's doing what. It's all in one place and it's all updated in real time. When your staff has total clarity, that feeling of constant chaos just melts away, and so does burnout. And finally, we have pillar 5, revenue intelligence. And notice I didn't just say reporting. Lots of venues track revenue, but that's like looking in the rearview mirror. A VOS gives you intelligence. It answers the big questions like, which marketing channels actually bring us the best clients? Or are weddings actually more profitable for us than corporate events? It helps you make smart decisions to grow. And this is what that intelligence looks like in the real world. When all your data is in one place, you can instantly see that, hey, referrals are converting at almost 4 times the rate of our social media leads. Suddenly, the question of where to spend your marketing budget doesn't feel like a guess anymore, does it? The answer is right there, clear as day. So, adopting a VOS isn't just about a tech upgrade. It's really a journey toward a better and, frankly, calmer way of doing business. Let's look at the path to get there. We can call it the operational maturity curve. Most venues move through these 4 stages. Stage 1 is just manual chaos, all spreadsheets and sticky notes. Stage 2 is that tool collection we talked about.
That's where most venues are stuck right now. Some make it to stage 3 with a few things kind of sort of linked together. But the goal, the destination, is stage 4, a true centralized operating system.
This all brings us to the most important idea of all. When you finally reach that operational maturity, your venue just feels calmer, even when it's slammed. And why is that? It's because of this fundamental truth. Calm is a systems outcome, not a staffing outcome. You can't hire your way out of chaos. You have to build your way out.
So, to wrap all this up, I want to leave you with one final, simple litmus test. It's just one strategic question you can ask yourself right now to figure out where you really stand.
Here it is. If, by some miracle, your booking volume doubled tomorrow, could your current system handle it? Would it scale up without a problem, or would it just completely break? Would your team manage, or would everything just grind to a halt in total chaos? I want you to be really honest with yourself there. Because if the answer is no, or even a hesitant, "I'm not sure," then you don't have a system. What you have is operational fragility. And that, right there, is the #1 reason to start thinking about building a true architect of calm for your venue.